I welcome all of you to the next session of Exploring Physics. Okay, by seeing this picture, what you can observe the growth of the plants. My question is, what are the basic necessities for the plants to grow? They need water, they need soil, and they need sunlight, right? So in today's class, in our physics class, we are going to start with the lesson called light. Okay? Light plays a very important role in our day-to-day lives. You may have studied this phenomenon earlier in your classes. When we are using the mirror to see our face, we can see our face. What is the reason? It's due to the phenomenon called reflection. But in today's class, you will be studying about refraction. Okay? So keep listening. Let's begin this class with an activity. What you have to do, you have to take a paper and draw two arrows on it. You have to view those arrows through a glass of water. What will you observe? You will observe this. The arrow will change its direction when it is viewed through the glass of water. But how does this magic happen? Well, it's due to the phenomenon called the refraction of light. What is this refraction of light? Now we will see another example to understand this. Put a straw into a glass, then pour some water into the glass. The appearance of the straw will change. The part dipped in water will seem bent. Here, the straw is looking bent. So, how does the straw look bent? These things happen because light bends, or the direction of light changes when it moves from one medium to another. So in the case of the previous example, the light of the arrow travels from air medium to water medium, and then again water medium to air medium, because we are viewing the arrow through the glass of water, right? So here the light is traveling from one medium to another medium. In this case, the light will bend. In this case also, the light is traveling from one medium to another medium. The observer is looking at the straw. In this case, the light has to travel from water medium to air medium. So in this example also, the light bends because it is traveling from one medium to another medium. Now, what is this medium? Do you remember the definition of medium? Anything through which light travels is called medium. Glass, water, air and vacuum are all mediums through which light can travel. So what is called refraction of light? The bending of light as it passes from one medium to another medium is called refraction of light. I repeat again, what is refraction of light? The bending of light as it passes from one medium to another medium is called refraction of light. Is this similar to reflection? No. Reflection is different. When the light strikes on the mirror, it bounces back. So, in reflection, the light bounces back into the same medium. Okay? But in refraction, the light passes through the another medium. So this is the difference between the reflection and the refraction. In reflection, the light bounces back into the same medium, but in refraction, the light passes from one medium to another. Now we are going to see an YouTube video activity to understand the refraction much better. observe the activity well? In the activity, they changed the angle at which the ray strikes the surface of the water. And we were able to observe the refraction occurred there. Okay, when you are changing the angle at which the ray strikes the surface of the water, what are the things you can observe? You can observe two things. The first one is how much the ray bends depends on the angle at which it strikes the water. For the refraction to occur, for the bending of the light to occur, the light has to strike on the surface of the water obliquely, that is making some angle. So, how much the ray bends depends on the angle at which it strikes the water. When the ray is perpendicular to the surface, it does not bend. Okay, so these are the two important things you can observe in this activity. The light does not bend when it is perpendicular to the surface. Remember this always. We have witnessed how this refraction is occurring. But what is the causes for this refraction to occur? Why does this occur? We are going to find it now. Do you know that the speed of the light in various mediums, it differs? The speed of light in air is approximately about 3 × 10⁸ meter per second. The speed of light in glass, it's approximately about 2 × 10⁸ meter per second. The light moves fastest through vacuum with a speed of 299,792,458 meter per second. That is approximately about 300,000 kilometer per second. The light moves a bit slower through air, much slower through water, and slower still through glass. So, the speed of light differs in different medium. When the light travels from one medium to another, it is this change in its speed that makes it change in its direction. Now we are going to study about the ray diagrams. This is a ray diagram showing the path taken by a ray of light as it passes from air to glass. PQ is a boundary or surface of separation between the two mediums. Can you see the incident ray? What is incident ray? The ray which strikes the surface, right? So, which is the incident ray? AO is the incident ray. AO is the ray traveling towards the boundary and it is called as incident ray. Where is the normal? What is called as normal? Anything which is perpendicular to the surface is called normal. So, here CD is perpendicular to the boundary at the point of incidence. So, it is the normal to the boundary. OB is the ray moving away from the boundary after refraction and it is called as refracted ray. Can you see? The ray, incident ray, when it strikes the boundary, it passes through the glass medium. When it is bending, we call that ray as a refracted ray. Here, OB is the refracted ray. What is the angle of incidence here? Can you find it? 55 degree is the angle of incidence. It is the angle between the incident ray and the normal. Okay. So, it is called as angle of incidence. We can represent the angle of incidence as small I. Can you find the angle of refraction? Angle of refraction is the angle between the refracted ray and the normal. It is 33 degree here. So, the angle of refraction can be represented by R. Here, R is equal to 33 degree. Now, I am going to ask you a question. In the first case, the light is being travelled from air medium to glass medium, and in the second case, the light is being travelled from air medium to water medium. Will the bending of light remains the same in both the cases? Think and answer. No, the bending of light, it will not remain the same in both the cases. Why? Because we have learnt that the speed of light differs in different medium. The speed of light in glass is less than the speed of light in water. So, this results in this. The light bends more while passing from air to glass compared to passing from air to water. So, the amount of refraction depends upon the nature of the medium. So, what are the factors which affects the amount of refraction? It depends upon the nature of the medium. To be more specific, we can say that it depends on the speeds with which light travels in the two mediums. A ratio called refractive index determines the degree to which light bends while passing from one medium to another medium. How can we define refractive index? Refractive index is equal to speed of the light in the medium from which the light travels divided by speed of the light in the medium into which the light travels. It can be denoted by small letter n. Thus, the refractive index of water with respect to air, it can be written as speed of light in air divided by speed of light in water. Now we are going to see an example. The speed of light in air is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second, and that in glass is 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Find the refractive index of glass with respect to air. To calculate the refractive index of glass with respect to air, we consider light to be traveling from air to glass. What is the formula of refractive index? Refractive index is equal to speed of light in the medium from which light travels. Here, the light is traveling from air medium. So, we have to write it as speed of light in air divided by speed of the light in medium into which light travels. The light is being traveling to the glass. So, in the denominator, you have to write the speed of light in glass. Now, you have to divide both of the quantities. When we are dividing, we are getting 1.5. So, we should say that refractive index of glass with respect to air is 1.5. So, refractive index is the ratio of the speed of light in two mediums. When we are doing this kind of ratio, we must always mention the mediums when we are referring to it. That's why I concluded that refractive index of glass with respect to air is 1.5. But it's very complex, right? So to make things easier, we choose vacuum as the medium with which all other mediums are compared, because light travels fastest through vacuum. So vacuum is chosen as the medium with which all other mediums are compared. Now how can we define the refractive index of the medium? Refractive index of the medium can be defined as the ratio of the speed in the vacuum to the speed in the medium, right? How can we denote the refractive index of a medium? We can denote it by small letter n. C has the speed of light in vacuum and V is the speed of light in the medium. So n is equal to C divided by V dash. Look at the table here. This table will tell you that refractive index of air is very close to 1. Can you say that? It's written as 1.0003 almost, right? So refractive index of air is very close to 1. This is because speed of light in air is very nearly the speed of light in vacuum. Hence, for all practical purposes, air is chosen as the medium of reference. Thus, instead of saying refractive index of glass with respect to air is 1.5, we can say that refractive index of glass is 1.5. Okay? I repeat, instead of saying glass refractive index of glass with respect to air is 1.5, we can say that refractive index of glass is 1.5. And now this table has given the refractive indexes of so many medium. Can you see? For water it's 1.33, for alcohol it's 1.36, for kerosene it's 1.42, for glass it's 1.5 to 1.7. Diamond, it is the highest, it's 2.42. When we compare the transparent mediums, we call those with the higher values of refractive index as optically denser. We call those with the lower values of refractive index as optically rarer. So this optical density, it helps us to compare the refractive index of the two medium. For example, water is optically denser than air. For example, water is optically denser than air but optically rarer than glass. Diamond is optically denser than most transparent mediums. So, what is known as optically denser medium? Higher values of refractive index. The mediums which is having higher values of refractive index is known as optically denser medium. The mediums which are having lower values of refractive index are known as optically rarer medium. The degree to which light bends while passing from one medium to another depends upon the optical densities of the mediums. The rules of refraction. The first rule is the easy one because you already know it. There will be no bending of light when the incident ray is along the normal. So in this case, the light is being traveling from air medium to glass medium and the incident ray is along the normal. Here there is no bending of light. So for the bending of light to happen, it has to travel from one medium to another medium and it has to incident at an angle to the normal. The incident ray, it should be incident at an angle to the normal. That's why we say like bending of light happens when the ray obliquely strikes the interfacing media. Okay, so the first rule is light bends while traveling from one medium to another only if it is incident on the boundary at an angle to the normal. Ray does not bend if it is incident perpendicularly to the boundary or along the normal. So this is the first rule and you have studied this rule already. Now we are going to consider two cases where the light is traveling from air medium to water medium. So that is rarer medium to denser medium. The second case is that the light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium. In these two slides, can you observe anything? Look the refracted ray. Look the refracted ray. So this is rarer medium to denser medium and this is denser medium to rarer medium. So when the light is traveling from rarer to denser medium, the refracted ray, it bends towards the normal. But when the ray is traveling from water to air, it bends away from the normal. Okay, keep it in mind. Light bends towards the normal when it travels from optically rarer to optically denser medium. The third rule is light bends away from the normal while traveling from an optically denser to rarer medium. What is the fourth rule? Ray diagrams are reversible. This is the fourth rule. They remain valid if all the arrowheads Now I have shown two pictures. It may seem similar to you, but actually they are different. What is the difference in these two pictures? Did you identify? Yes. The path of the light is differing here. In the first case, the light is traveling from air medium to glass medium. But in the second case, the light is traveling from glass medium to air medium. Okay? If light follows a certain path while traveling from point A in one medium to point B in another medium, then it will follow the same path while traveling from B to A. Can you understand? In other words, we can say that it will retrace its path. Thus, when you draw a ray diagram to trace the path of light from one medium to another, all you have to do is to reverse the direction of the arrows to show that the path of light from the second medium to the first. In other words, we can say that ray diagrams are reversible. So this is the figure which represents that light retraces its path while traveling from one medium to another and back. So what is the rule? Ray diagrams are reversible. This is the thing you have to keep. So in today's class, we have learned what is a refraction and what are the causes for the refraction, what are the laws of refraction, right? So your follow-up work is you have to write these answers for these questions in your notebook. What is refraction of light? Define refractive index of a medium. What are the laws of refraction? Okay, so by this we are coming to the end of this session. I will see you in the next class. Take care of yourself. Thank you, students.